What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
There's a lot of sexual activities. I saw one time a lady, she was getting off on the sidewalk. She was a crackhead, of course, but she was riding her right on the sidewalk, and she was really going at it. And she had it, and then she got up and walked away.
How big was it?
Oh, just a regular size.
6-incher?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
Bethlehem, Venice Beach, late night. You go to the end of the beach, you got to be careful where you go because there's certain places where people do certain things. And one of the places is called Bethlehem. They gonna hate me for this, but I'm putting them on blast. Don't go there. Don't go to Bethlehem. Those drugs are bad. Stick to
Bethlehem?
Yeah, and for those who don't know what that is, that's, I don't go there. I just, I use the bathroom, so I be watching everything.
Thank you. What's your most controversial opinion?
People in California are known for being friendly, right? You know, everyone's like, oh, people are so nice from out there. In reality, they're not that nice. Like, you gotta find the gems. I always say, like, on a whole, people are, like, fake nice. But a lot of people here will say, like, oh, we're the friendliest type of people. I'm like, I've been all over the world. Like, you guys are definitely not at the top of the list.
What is your most controversial opinion?
The Kanye West story as far as the white lives matter versus the black lives matter. All lives matter, but as a black man in America, the way we've been treated over the years, we started this movement, so I feel that he should be more concentrated on that, but now he's like, white lives matter, which to me, all lives matter. Yeah. White lives matter, black lives matter, you know what I'm saying? But, this guy is just, he's starting so much controversy. I have no idea what he's doing,
What is the craziest thing you've ever done to your ex?
My ex, he used to do graffiti, and he was super serious about it. He was like, no one spray over my tag. Like, I love my tag. So when we broke up, I sprayed over his tag, and I wrote, you suck at. He cried. He put it on his story, and he was like, well, you suck at everything, though. You'll never succeed at anything you do in your life. And then I just didn't respond, and I posted a mural that I was doing.
What is the craziest thing your ex has done?
She keeps trying to get back with me. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not vibing?
She follows me around a lot. Like that one time, she was in my bedroom and scratching and banging on the door, and I had to finally let her out.
Was she cute or no?
No.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
What comes after 3?
4.
Okay, 3.
What is your craziest hookup story?
My ex, she was a right? And so I used to go in the club with her and pick up her money all the time. Basically, when I was in the club, me and her had took one of the other to go to a mansion party, and then they let us stay the night there. And me and her friend and her all had upstairs in the room. And I ain't gonna lie, the next day when I woke up, I had smashed her friend when she was asleep right next to me. She did find out, and she did beat my.
Oh, there we go. What's the craziest thing your ex has ever done?
My baby father, he said he was a police officer, and then we go to a local bar in our neighborhood, and come to find out when he pulled out his badge, nobody knew who he was. So he was like a fake cop. Whoa. Like he was nothing to nobody. Nobody know who he was. He lied to me and took me for everything and got a baby after.
No. What is your most controversial opinion?
I hate potatoes. They're terrible. I don't understand it. Any form.
Not even French fries?
No, they're bland. It's a base that's boring. You put everything on top of it. I just don't understand why people like potatoes. It's not it.
I like potatoes.
I feel like it's like the epitome of a red flag. That's why the dating pool is very small.
What's your most controversial opinion?
The Kardashians are whack as and don't deserve to be famous at all.
Why?
Because they have no talent.
Who is the least talented Kardashian?
All of them are very untalented. Except for Kim, I give her some points.
Kim?
The most talented Kardashian is the mama.
Chris?
Yes, Chris is the most talented.
We love Chris.
She made them famous, and I don't know how.
She's the best momager, right?
Yeah, she definitely is.
What is your craziest hookup story?
God, okay. So I've had not many hookups, but, I think everyone's had one. I hooked up with a guy, and my friend and her guy were in the same room. We didn't turn the lights off or anything, and I just kept looking over, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks good.
Your friend was in the same room?
Yeah, my friend was in the same room. It was kind of awkward, but not. I don't know.
What is one thing you've never told your ex?
That I went down on a guy one time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In Hollywood?
No, it was in Los Angeles.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, he paid me to do this.
Yeah? So he wasn't attractive.
Well, no, not really.
What's the craziest thing your ex has ever done?
I let her borrow my car so she could go to this doctor's appointment, and she committed a hit and run on somebody's car and then tried to run and then got caught and then called me crying, talking about, please come save me. Please come save me. The police, they're going to take me to jail. I'm like, can you please relax? I'm on my way. And I had to Uber all the way over there, and I had just got out of neck surgery.
Oh, really?
I had a cervical disc replacement.
And you went over and got her?
I did, yeah, I saved her. The police did tow my vehicle, but I was able to get it out. I had to pay like $350 though.
What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
Craziest thing in LA. Oh, I did see on the boardwalk, like a tent set on fire. And the guy like ran out of it. This is during like the pandemic, so that was kind of wild because he could have died. But
Burning the COVID away?
maybe, who knows? He was like, oh, this place has germs. Like, let's burn it.
What is your craziest hookup story?
In a tank when I was about to get out of the army.
Like literally in a tank?
In a tank. It's called a Puma. It's like a tank that they take the missile launcher off.
Just you two?
Yeah.
Did you shoot off any missiles?
One.
What's your craziest hookup story?
When I was 17, Steve Aoki played in San Diego, and this 40-year-old started grinding up on me on the back, and I was like, woo! So then I spun around. We started, kissing, bing, bang, boom, bang, bang, boom. The next thing you know, I was having a good time, and then two girls that were actually in my high school, they busted through the crowd, and they made eye contact with me, and I was like, behind this 40-year-old. To this day, I don't think she knows that I was 17, but it's pretty crazy.
I love it. What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
I saw someone naked on the street. Yeah.
What were they doing?
He just slept on the floor.
He was just sleeping on the floor naked?
Yeah. Few hours, the police come in.
What is your most controversial opinion?
I think that you're not wet when you're underwater.
Yeah?
Yeah. Fully underwater, you're not wet.
What are you?
You're like constant with everything around it. I think there's layers to this.
Yeah?
Like it's not just wet and dry. Like when you're sweaty, are you wet? No, you're sweaty. It's not like wet or dry. There's other shit in between.
Okay. What is the craziest thing you've ever seen in LA?
I remember one time I was going to this thing in downtown LA, and I had seen this dude literally naked, no shoes, no socks, out like straight dangling, like running down the middle of downtown LA. Like running, he was sprinting. That was crazy.
What is your most controversial opinion?
Johnny Depp and then Amber Heard. All the girls in the world hating Amber Heard. I don't hate both of them. For me, both of them are in wrong position.
Do you think Amber Heard the bed?
He might be doing that for some reason. Maybe Johnny Depp making her stressed.
She the bed because Johnny Depp made her stressed?
Maybe she do that intentionally to make Johnny Depp really angry.
What's your opinion on Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
To be honest, I don't care.
What's the craziest thing your friend's ever done?
Well, a couple of my friends, they've set trash cans on fire.
They set trash cans on fire?
Yeah, during school, they just set a trash can on fire.
Did they get expelled?
Suspended for like a weekend, but that's about it. And then they did it again.
They did it again?
Yeah, did it like 3 times.
What's your most controversial opinion?
I really don't like it when girls wear the same exact clothes every day, specifically a big t-shirt that says like some random brand on it, like Simply Southern, and they wear that every day with like athletic shorts, and you can't even see that they're wearing pants. They wear like tennis shoes with it and they wear that every day, and then they like have an attitude that they're like better than you, even though you put like all this work into your like gorgeous, lovely outfit.
Have you ever dressed like that though?
I've worn that outfit before, but never 2 days in a row. 5 or 6, 7 days in a row, that's when it starts becoming like an issue.
What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
The moment I pulled into LA, I was checking into my hotel and a guy was shooting up behind a dumpster. I was pretty awestruck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Welcome to LA.
Yes, indeed.
What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
One time I was skateboarding and this lady walked up to me who was barefoot with a penny board and had Crayola all over her face and had a needle tied to her leg with a shoelace. And she walked up to me and she was like, "Hey, you're really hot." And I was like, "Thank you."
What color was the Crayola on her face?
Oh, she got rainbow. She had rainbow. She got red, green, orange. I don't think the yellow showed up, but you know, I bet it was there.
Rainbow, we love it. What is your craziest hookup story?
Well, I hooked up with a crackhead in her tent, and she only charged me $15, but it was worth it.
Yeah, only 15?
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good deal, right?
Yeah, I used the protection though.
Yeah. See, that's most important.
Yes.
Good man.
Thank you.
What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
Bethlehem, Venice Beach, late night. You go to the end of the beach, you got to be careful where you go because there's certain places where people do certain things. And one of the places is called Bethlehem. They're going to hate me for this, but I'm putting them on blast. Don't go there. Don't go to Bethlehem. Those drugs are bad. Stick to
Bethlehem?
Yeah, and for those who don't know what that is, that's, you know, I don't go there. I just, you know, I use the bathroom, so I be watching everything.
Thank you. What is something you've never told your ex?
My ex used my rent money, so I slept with his best friend.
Well deserved.
Indeed, it was karma.
Was his best friend more attractive or less attractive?
Oh, he was so much hotter.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
11.
See, maybe you gotta just stick with him.
Tell you what, the good teeth get me every time.
What is your most controversial opinion?
Everyone loves it, and strawberries are good as a strawberry, not a milk.
What about strawberry milkshakes?
I don't like strawberries. I just like strawberries as a fruit.
Not strawberry?
Not strawberry.
What is the craziest thing you've ever seen in LA?
And I lived in Koreatown, and when I had got on the train, I had seen in the back of the train, this lady was like literally lighting up and smoking that on the train. Yeah, just straight smoking on the train. And I'm like, yo, I thought that was probably one of the craziest things.
What is the craziest thing your ex has ever done?
I was watching her kids. She got so mad at me. She called the police on me and had me arrested because I had a warrant while watching her kids. So then on the flip side, her goofy had a warrant herself. So I just kind of waited, chilled, you know what I mean? I did the same thing. Called the police, had her get arrested. Her dad was a cop, so that was the funniest part.
Her dad was a cop?
So he had to be embarrassed by the fact his daughter was in jail.
I love it. What is your craziest hookup story?
I got wasted on the beach and woke up next to somebody I didn't know, and then, you know, it happened like 3 days in a row.
With the same person?
Yeah.
What is your most controversial opinion?
I think that butter is really good and everyone should eat it more often. Like I have a spoonful every day, like right before I go to school in the morning.
Butter?
Yeah, like the soft butter in a jar. Sometimes I slice it.
Do you season it?
No, I just eat it. It's good.
Just butter.
Yeah. You don't like butter?
Not by itself.
It's good. I think everyone should try it.
What is your most controversial opinion?
Yeah, I just think the foam runners are just the ugliest shoes I've ever seen before in my life.
Yeah, the Yeezy foam runners?
Yeah, they just should not exist. Anybody who wears them, no guarantee.
Yeah.
It's all hype, that's all it is.
I agree.
Jumpman over Yeezy.
What is the craziest thing your friend's done?
I was on Hollywood Boulevard with my friend Lauren, and some guy smacked her on the and then she decked him in the face and had to be held back by 6 of her other guy friends. And I was in the back and I was like, yeah, bestie.
As she should.
Yeah, as she should. Hi, Lauren.
What is the strangest request in the bedroom?
She wanted me to pee in her butt. So after I peed in her butt.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did it.
And what happened after?
I think she gave me like $20.
See, there you go. Gotta get paid somehow, right?
Can you answer the 2 questions at one time, bro?
You can if you want, sure.
Craziest hookup story and craziest thing I've seen in LA.
Yeah.
To be honest, bro, my craziest hookup story, and honestly the craziest thing I've seen in LA, bro, is a hookup in real life, bro.
This guy. Okay, let's go. What is the craziest thing your ex has done?
He's in prison for 14 years.
In London?
Yeah, sort of near London.
What do you do?
He was a Hell's Angel. There was a fight, yeah. There was a fight.
A serious fight.
A very serious fight.
Serious fight. Where is the craziest place you've done it?
Probably behind the movie screen at the movies.
Yeah? What movie was it?
Basketball, I think.
There we go. What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
It's like a couple having on the beach. The only time that I saw that in my life was on a festival. Like, that's okay, you know, but here.
At a festival?
Yeah, at a festival. Yeah, a lot of crazy people here. I love it.
Right? I don't know. It seems a little sandy. I don't know.
Yeah, I already had on the beach. Like, you can't handle that.
Yeah. What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
Walking to school. Have you ever seen someone open their at you and?
No.
It's not a fun sight. Yeah.
Did you Snapchat it?
Not particularly, no.
Why not?
Would you want that on your Snapchat?
No.
Okay, that's the sleigh.
What is your craziest hookup story?
So that's my business and for you to know, so I'm gonna tell you. It was in Waikiki Beach, bro. They had this nice little tree, bro.
Yeah.
It had branches coming from like the root of the tree, kind of like separating itself. It was perfect, right? Tourists was walking around like a little tourist, you know, here and there.
Yeah.
But the tree was there. And me and my lady was there. You know, my girl, the hookup.
Uh-huh.
So we hooked up on the tree.
On the tree?
On the tree.
In Hawaii? What is your craziest hookup story?
I was out at a desert party in Colorado, and I ended up with 6 Blue Angel pilots. They had a keg of Jägermeister. I brought them home with me, and I woke up to 6 naked Blue Angels.
Did they take you in a jet?
No, they didn't take me in a jet, but they left me all their...
There you go. Win, win, win.
It was amazing.
What is your craziest hookup story?
Hooking up in a graveyard.
You hooked up in a graveyard? Did you see any ghosts?
I wanted to, but we didn't. But I seen a lot.
Yeah? Awesome. Okay. What is your most controversial opinion?
What's going on with Andrew Tate right now is like a lot of what he says you can learn from, you can understand. He just wants to help men who have been hurt and don't know how to deal with their pain.
So is Andrew Tate a good person?
Yeah, Andrew Tate, I think you get good out of him. In comedy, you should be able to joke about anything because comedy makes the hard times better. So you should be able to joke about anything, and people will be sensitive to their feelings because you receive it. But yeah.
What's one thing you've never told your ex?
That I didn't have the amount of kids I have. I have 4 kids. I told him I had 2. He thought I had 2 with the same baby daddy.
Ooh.
Yep, and then he found out and he left me.
He left you?
He left me.
No. Tell us about your craziest hookup story.
It's about 2015. A guy named Joe introduced me to Brittany. A little later, Brittany's called me over to sit on her porch. She's trying to ask me to go out for her. I'm like, nah, I don't want a girlfriend.
And then what happened?
Has me by the dick.
Did she look like Britney Spears?
She's beautiful, yeah.
How old is she?
Brittany, 26.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Too old for me.
What is your most controversial opinion?
Low-rise jeans should never be a thing.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes. Why?
Because muffin top. Nobody wants to see that.
I love it. I love it. What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
So I was just waiting for the bus and I just seen like a homeless person just OD right in front of me. It was pretty crazy. Like you just see his mouth foaming up and he's just like on the ground just shaking. I was just like, I didn't know what to think of it. Only in Panorama.
That's nuts. Did the ambulance come?
I don't know. I hopped on the bus, so I ain't gonna miss the bus.
You just left him there?
I mean, yeah, I had to go, you know, I had things to do, so.
What is your most controversial opinion?
Probably Andrew Tate.
Yeah, definitely Andrew Tate.
What about him?
Oh, he's just a
He's a knobhead, yeah. I don't like that he says that he prefers young 18-year-old girls because they've been useless and that they are fresher.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know about that.
Men who think about that are very insecure about themselves and probably have a tiny
Yeah, probably.
and they need validation from like other men, not women.
What's your craziest hookup story?
So I actually don't hook up anymore because I hooked up with one guy and it was so bad that I never hooked up with a guy ever again. So yeah, I only have in relationships now because it wasn't worth it.
Where was that at?
It was in Hollywood. Hi, Kevin.
Uh-oh, Kevin.
Miss you. Thank you.
What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
I was on the freeway, got sideswiped. Guy pulls over behind me. He gets out, no shoes on. On the freeway, walking no shoes on. All unbuttoned shirt. It's like, my bad, my bad. I'll give you some though. And I was like, for sure.
But did you take the...
Oh yeah, I took the for sure. It was that Cali, that good.
Yeah, it
that
was.
good. I was like, the damage isn't bad. I'll take the. It's fine.
I love it. What is your craziest hookup story?
I met someone from online apps, and then when I saw this guy in person, it's not like what I see in the picture. So I just left him. Then I said, there's something urgent that I need to go. He's not that handsome, just like disappointed because he lied. He used so many filters.
He used filters. Oh.
It's really not like him.
So he catfished you.
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing your ex has done?
He cheated with my best friend.
With your best friend?
Yeah. That's why he an ex.
And what happened?
She got her ass whooped.
By who?
Me.
There we go. What is your most controversial opinion?
You know Kanye, right? Kanye, Ye, Let He Be, and UC, and that's it. Let He Be. Let Ye be, Ye be, Y-E-B. Let He Be.
Yes, let him be. What is the craziest thing your ex has ever done?
When I met him, I pretended I was British for about a month, and he was actually really upset when I broke it down to him, and I didn't really know he was a psychopath. He was driving us on a date as I broke the news that I'm actually from San Diego. He went on the wrong side of the road, it's a one-way, and screaming like, if I go, you're going to. Guess he was really into Brits. Like, yeah, girl, a Cali girl, so like, I don't know, I feel like that's cool too. Pip pip cheerio.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen in LA?
Back in 2016, no one talks about it anymore. Those clowns that were running around and just like, what happened? It just disappeared. No one talks about it anymore, like it didn't even happen. That was wild.
That was something. What is your craziest hookup story?
Hooking up in a graveyard.
You hooked up in a graveyard? Did you see any ghosts?
I wanted to, but we didn't. But I seen a lot.
Yeah? Awesome. Okay. What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
Shaking ass on Figueroa in the middle of the street.
Oh, see, Figueroa.
Naked too.
If she could have any name, what would it be? Yeah. What would you name her?
Cherry.
Cherry. There we go. What is your craziest hookup story?
Well, one time my car broke down, and like I called AAA.
That was the hook. They hooked you up?
Yes, they hooked me up.
They jumped you pretty good?
Well, he wanted to jump me, but I just said, give me a tow.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
I talked to my ex-girlfriend. I have never cheated on her, but actually like cheating. I was cheating to her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I just apologized to her. Actually, I come back, but we still break out, so that's fine. Yeah.
What is the worst fashion trend?
The ballerina shoes.
You don't like them?
Don't like it. It's like definitely zero.
Yeah, they're ugly?
Very ugly.
What is the craziest thing your ex has done?
Popped up on me with a knife. I left to a party without telling my ex. She came to the party, had like a big knife, like going around asking where I was. You know, because I didn't tell her I was going to a party. I kind of like just left. That was bad.
Your craziest hookup story?
Once I got lost in Paraguay with a guy. We went to a club and then it was like, oh, I'm not feeling very well. Let's go outside. We went outside, but the time there was 1 hour before than Brazilian time. So when we got there and I said, oh, let's go back, and everyone left. It was just me and him. We had to take a taxi and he didn't speak Portuguese. It was completely crazy. We were alive. Like almost 6 a.m. It was just the two of us in the streets.
What is the worst fashion trend?
Like the Crocs, bro. I hate it.
You don't like Crocs?
Nah, they should change it, bro, as soon as possible, man.
Yeah?
Like, really, literally.
Too many holes?
Too many holes. I'm gonna do it for free. I'm trying to save the world, man.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
I was in high school and my parents thought I never before, and I told them I haven't. And I'm a so you know they thought I was a sober little good kid. Sorry, mom and dad, but yeah, I've been a my whole life. I don't really want to say my age. Okay, forget it. Like 13.
What is the freakiest thing you've done?
Getting to drive without even knowing how to drive.
You just learned to drive?
Pretty much, yeah. Like freeway and stuff. I didn't know about it. I'm alive and I'm here, so I mean, it worked out.
What is your craziest hookup story?
It was on Thanksgiving, and me and her hooked up in the living room while the family was in the dining room. We hooked up while putting a movie on, and we did it under the blankets.
Wait, I love it. That's awesome.
We loved it too. Very nice.
What's the biggest lie you've ever told?
That I would tell my parents I was going to get ice cream, but I was not.
Yeah?
Yep, read between the lines.
Did you just get the cream? What is the craziest thing you've seen in LA?
I saw a homeless guy just full on break into sprint, just dead across Highland into traffic. It's still going and everything, and just gets smoked by a car. Does like a backflip in the air and gets back up and just limps off into a McDonald's.
Really?
Yup, straight up, right up the road right here.
LA crack is something else.
Yo, you ain't kidding.
What is the worst fashion trend?
I think they're low jeans. I don't like them.
We don't like low jeans?
I don't. I do not.
No, ugly?
I think so.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
My parents are pastors, and the biggest lie I ever told them that was I've never smoked in my life.
And they're both pastors?
Both pastors. I love you guys, though. Shout out parents.
love
Amen. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
I was behaving wild the whole year, right? So my teachers were actually like, notifying me, to my parents. And I just imitated actually their signature the whole year. And they actually found out like just 2 days before the summer vacation. My father was so mad, like the way he slapped me, I just passed out, bro. It was just like, don't lie, never do that, especially to your parents.
What is the worst fashion trend?
When guys wear the skinny jeans that have like the stripes on them, those.
Can we take a second and throw back to last week's video? Because I got roasted like right here for those exact same jeans. What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
Saying that I know a language that I actually have no idea about. It was pretty much Japanese. Before I actually knew Japanese, I told everyone that I knew, and actually I got a job for a bit because of that.
What was it?
It was like a translator thing, so it was pretty heavy stuff.
You got a job as a Japanese translator, but you didn't know how to speak Japanese?
Yep, pretty much.
What is the freakiest thing you've ever done?
Kissed the girl feet before. I mean, that's pretty freaky.
What do they taste like?
Funyuns, I won't do it again. I tested it to see because people used to always be like, oh, kissing feet, and I did it, and it's like, no. Threw up.
What is the worst fashion trend?
Definitely say the month I wore baggy sweats with no hair gel, just looking like a total greased out maniac. Yep, definitely was not the highlight of my year.
Yeah, I love it. What is your most overrated opinion?
Man bags. It's the most overrated fashion trend.
We don't like them?
We don't like them. Even though I'm wearing one right now, it's not versatile at all. I hate it. But it's convenient. It has all my stuff in it for it. So.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
That I have never told a lie. I've told many lies, and many of them are for the greater good. However, a lot of them for my own good. So there's a lot of selfless and selfish lies in there, including, but not limited to, the fact that I am AKA straight, as well as AKA I believe in shoes, AKA I believe in shoulder pads. Y'all can guess which one.
What is your most embarrassing moment?
When I was maybe 12 or 14, I was at the pool at this hotel, and some other boy was chasing after me, and I was so scared, and I was running away. And I was running away from him, and then he pulled down my bikini bottoms in the middle of everybody. It was mid jump into the pool, and he just yanked them down, and I was actually mortified. It was the worst moment in my entire life.
What is the worst zodiac sign?
Aries men, and he's my boyfriend, and he's an Aries man. Hitler, Stalin, they were all Aries men. Okay. I just think they're incredibly infuriating individuals who just can never admit that they're wrong, and the biggest know-it-alls and egotistical creatures. But he's not that at all.
I think she's so wrong, and I'm gonna be the next Stalin.
Oh jeez, okay. What is your craziest hookup story?
He took me to the Bluffs, and then we went on to the beach, and he had a towel in his car. He was like, you know what, you're too drunk. And I was like, you're in a Porsche. I don't care. Because he was sober, because he was driving. So he was like, you know what, it's fine. And then he asked me for the next 7 days if I would come to his house, and I said no. Cheers.
What is your craziest hookup story?
Let's just say that his dad is on the Hall of Fame for the NFL.
That's my craziest hookup story.
Are we name dropping?
I don't think I should. I have names, but I'm not name dropping.
Dad's first name.
No, he's on the Hall of Fame for the NFL. You think I'm gonna name drop? No way.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told?
So my mother does not know about 50% of my piercings or any of my tattoos. So I would say my septum piercing, my nipple piercings, and all of my tattoos.
That's a lot of secrets.
It's a lot. It's kind of tough to hide, but I just have to put on the layers and then it works out.
What is your most embarrassing moment?
When I said I had AIDS and I could cut the line at the water slide, everyone would let me go first.
He's literally like not lying though.
I said, AIDS, AIDS, move, I have AIDS. And then they let me cut the line at the water slide at a water park.
What is your craziest hookup story?
It was at a UCLA frat. It was like so hot. We were sweating. The guy like didn't even know how to kiss me. He was just like slobbering all over this region and all you could taste was sweat. It was disgusting.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Uh-oh.
Would not recommend.
What is the most unattractive name?
I cannot imagine moaning Gary in bed. Gary, no, not even a little bit.
Not a Gary, we don't like Gary?
No, if you're a Gary out there, I'm so sorry, but you should change your name. 100%, without a doubt in my mind.
What is the craziest thing you've done in college?
For like a college like challenge, I've streaked through a casino, taken it on the UCLA lawn, and then I lied to my professor and said I got diagnosed with something I didn't to get over a report that I had to do. So.
What is the worst fashion trend?
Hate like the one shoulder shirts.
I disagree.
Why?
I just don't like asymmetry. I like when everything's symmetrical.
What you do?
I do.
What is the craziest thing your ex has done?
He took my a week later I found out he had another girlfriend while I was his girlfriend and then lied about having a girlfriend and said he didn't take my virginity.
She's dating him now. That's why he's a 0 out of 10.
What is the worst fashion trend?
The vapor glasses, what are they called? The Vipers.
Oh,
yeah. I don't love them.
Why not?
I like only if you have really cool style can you pull them off. Otherwise you just look like a
What is the worst fashion trend?
fall Karen millennial core. I'm talking infinity scars, I'm talking skinny jeans, Uggs, no, canceled, out of it. Yes. Final answer.
We don't like it?
No, not even a little bit.
What's the worst fashion trend?
Everyone's gonna cancel me but red bottoms.
Red bottoms?
Louis Vuitton red bottoms. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Why?
It's ratchet. It means it's like you worked at a strip club and now you succeeded. That's the vibe it gives. Sorry.
What is the worst zodiac sign?
Leo.
Why?
My boyfriend's a Leo.
I can't stand him. I rate him a 0 out of 10. 0.
Maybe a 1 out of 10.
No, 0. 1 is given a little too much.
Yeah.
It's a 0.
What is your craziest hookup story?
Freshman year, we tried to find a room. I had a roommate, he had a roommate. All the study rooms were filled. I had on the floor of a trash room. Definitely an all-time low.